welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen. This is Samuel. And today we are watching For All Mankind, Season 1, Episode 3. I'm pretty excited because I've really enjoyed the first two episodes so far, despite the fact that I am being very educated on my own ignorance about the space race and historical events surrounding that. So, yeah, I'm excited to learn more new things and to just continue figuring out how they're going to divert from history in this. We had in the last episode the first woman on the moon, who was Anastasia Belikova, right? I believe. She was Russian, or I believe, and yeah. I think she inspired Aleda, she inspired Tracy. I don't know if she inspired Tracy to do anything with the space program, but she at least inspired her to understand that her life might not have to be what it currently is. We learned that Werner von Braun is a horrible person, and I personally don't think it is worth it for like Project Operation Paperclip to exist, but I know that there's lots of differing views on that in real life, and I'm sure on the show as well. We also had Ed coming back to the space program and getting put back on Apollo 15. So I am very excited to see where all of that goes. I'm going to stop rambling because I just want to see what the show tells me. Let's get into it.
I've always wanted to learn how to fly.
Come on.
Oh, nice.
Pretty girls can't be pilots.
Well, I suppose I can. I don't know any who want to.
Well, you do now.
Ah, cool.
Always wanted to learn how to fly ever since I was a kid.
Maybe she will join the space program somehow.
Best seat in the house.
Never gets old.
Calvin wants to learn to fly like this, and honestly, that kind of terrifies me because I don't trust planes, especially tiny ones.
Push the wheel in. Oh, what are you doing?
What is she doing? She knew how to fly the whole time?
Did I do it right, Mr. Navy Pilot Man?
How long have you been flying?
725 hours, if anyone's counting.
Damn.
Why the whole, why not just...
She wanted to spend time with you.
You mean his poll numbers are down with women?
To this end, Nixon wants us to put a woman on the moon.
Of course he does.
Preferably a blonde.
You can't be serious.
What about
It's
Moonlight?
in black and white.
Our lunar base.
That's a terrible name. This is bullshit, Tom. We're on track to actually beat the Soviets.
Although Tracy is a blonde. Doesn't it just seem like they're playing catch up though? Like everything that they do, they copy?
Set aviation records for long-distance solo flight. Won
She's
several
not
racing
cute
awards,
enough.
Qualified in single and
That's what they're
multi-engine
gonna say.
aircraft, and was first in her class in Mercury 13. But she's not really what the president's looking for.
The hell does that mean?
She's too old,
She's a bit rough around the
and
edges.
she's not pretty enough, they think.
You need Marlo Thomas, not Danny Thomas.
Jesus
She
Christ,
looks
Shorty.
fine, honestly.
25 years old, has a bachelor's of math and science.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
She's in. Hang on. I'm not letting her in just because she's black.
That's
Oh,
exactly
I was thinking because she has a bachelor in math and science.
If the president wants Tracy Stevens, and Tracy Stevens he will have.
America's space couple.
That's Gordo's wife. She's a mother, for Christ's sake. How's she gonna manage that?
Get her a nanny.
What if she says no?
Change her mind.
What if she flunks out?
See that she doesn't.
I make the crew selections. I thought that was clear.
I didn't say put her on a crew. I said don't flunk her out. She can be the goddamn mascot for all I care. But she's in.
You think Gordo's
That
gonna be
guy's
all right
so
with his
annoying.
wife working the same place he does? How'd you like to see Barbara in the hallways, Tom? Or Mary? Not to mention his shenanigans. Come on.
So they
You
know.
can't do this.
But also,
Just give him something he wants. Make it worth his while.
like,
I don't care what you have to do.
the idea that, like, How would you like to see your wife all the time in your place of work? Having to deal with her that often. It's just such a toxic sort of mentality, right? Like, I would love to work with Calvin all day, every day.
Welcome aboard.
I won't let you down, Beak.
No worries there, Tracy.
He doesn't really have many
See you back at the ranch.
expectations, so I don't think you can. But I think you will surprise him, Tracy.
Holy shit.
He's excited.
Look at you. Astronaut candidate Tracy Stevens. Ah, that is crazy.
Look, he's happy. You want?
What's Deke giving you?
Huh? No, Deke. I mean, you know Deke.
He gave you a slot.
But he doesn't throw out cruise slots willy-nilly. I mean, he's a son of a
Oh.
bitch on that front. Let me tell you. He...
So that's why he's lost.
15. Give me a slot on Apollo 15.
Oh.
I mean, that does not matter.
Him and Ed again?
Right now, what's important is you. You're gonna be an astronaut candidate.
No. I'm gonna be an astronaut.
I believe in her.
One day, I'm gonna have one of those pins on my collar just like you.
Someone's gotta fire up her ass.
I have faith in her.
Ed, they are making a mockery of what you do. I mean,
What?
you have trained and you've worked and you've suffered. You've taken enormous risks over years to get where you are. And now what? Now these women, they're just gonna waltz in and get pinned and fly. And why? Because the Soviets did?
Well, maybe women are being given an opportunity that they weren't being given before.
Ed, she's not remotely capable of doing what you do.
Why?
None of them are.
Why?
A couple of them supposed to be pretty good pilots.
Yeah.
But
Explain your reasoning.
This is a rigorous 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week training program preparing
7
you
days
for
a week.
space travel.
Damn.
There are 20 of you here today. I expect that number to be far less a year from now. Honestly, I don't know if any of you will still be here. Basic science programs, jet qualification, celestial navigation, simulator training, guidance, navigation, and control training.
Yeah. It's a lot.
I think we're going all the way this time, Molly.
Last time you said that, we ended up spending the night in the Tulsa drunk tank.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Just don't go getting your hopes up beyond anything other than the here and now.
I like them.
Things ain't changed that much.
You're not married?
No.
But you're so pretty. You sound like my mother.
Yeah, that can't be good.
Well, that's your airspeed. 170, you're fast. Push the throttles back.
You can do it, Tracy.
Still fast, 160.
Trace.
Keep working the throttles off.
Trace.
Here we go, now flare. Nose up, nose up.
Trace. That looked good. That looked good.
Yeah, Ed told me that you made it through the first cut. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, Ed's really been a help with training. You know, I don't think I could have gotten this far without him.
Do we think that
Well, I'm glad that he's been a help.
she's
You know,
worried?
he puts his all into everything that he does.
Oh, yeah, it's not easy.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy, Tracy.
Okay, she's trying to connect with her friend. Why are you acting this way? I hope Tracy's still up there. Yeah, ooh, 12th.
Oh, God.
She's on the chopping block then.
Flying just didn't seem like an option as a career, you know? I ended up a nurse. Nick, you?
Oh, yeah.
For a while, anyway.
I was a secretary.
Switchboard operator.
Computer?
What's that?
Oh, we did calculations and some engineering at NASA. But it wasn't nearly as glamorous as all this.
Yeah, but it helped people.
I mean, I like all of you, but only one of us is going to be chosen.
Well, till then, can I buy y'all another round?
Yes.
Does she admire her? Does she have a crush on her?
We don't have time to wait for them to be ready.
What we've got here is a failure to communicate.
Cool man, Luke. I grew up in movie theaters.
See Butch Cassidy?
Love the movie, hate the music.
Ah, a traditionalist. You must love Magnificent Seven.
Well, yeah, it's the best Western soundtrack ever recorded.
Better than Red River? You got a lot to learn, kid.
Work now, flirt later.
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. Working. Aye, aye, ma'am.
Great. We're done. You're tired? Your job is not to be tired.
Yeah, I know.
I think astronauts get tired.
I know why I'm here. I know why Patty's here. And Danny and pretty much everyone except for you, Astro Wife.
And she landed the plane good.
You gotta see this out, Trace.
I should have been bounced weeks ago. And everyone knows that the only reason I'm still here is because Shorty wants his space couple.
Come on, Trace.
I'm a laughing stock, Gordo. I am a laughing
So work
stock.
harder.
And you are fine with your wife being humiliated like this because you don't want to lose a seat on 15.
This isn't about me.
Oh, it's always about you. Every goddamn thing is about you.
Don't
and
start
it's been
this
that
shit.
way.
I mean, we're not
It's
even
been
talking.
that way
There's
the day
not
we
even
met.
talk-
This entire household revolves around King Gordo.
Don't change the subject. This is about you wanting to punch out the first time something gets a little tough.
A little tough? Have you listened to one goddamn word I've said?
Well,
I've listened to everything you
I
said.
think you should just work harder.
Sim training was hard. Jet qualification was hard. Math is hard. Everything's so hard. I may as well just lie down and quit. Jesus Christ, Trace, show some goddamn guts. Don't let something small as that run you out of the program.
Honestly, I'm with him.
So that's what you think of me, huh? That I don't have guts? That I'm the quitter?
Well, you are kind of acting like it at this exact
That's
moment.
what you're talking about doing, isn't it? Packing up your toys because some girl said something mean to me in the sim.
Get out!
Oh, I'm going, all right.
I mean, obviously she has valid reason to be mad at him, but in this instant...
I said get the fuck out!
Jesus.
Okay, well, you can't throw things. But also, she's mad because he's right. If you have privilege in this program that you don't feel you deserve, work harder and fucking earn it.
On the moon. Is that even possible?
Ray,
What?
how sure are you that those bright spots are really ice?
I'm not. I can't be. It's just one of the possibilities the data suggests.
He's saying we can use it to make rocket fuel. Same kind we use in the upper stages of the Saturn V.
A refueling station. On our way to the rest of the solar system.
They can't haul a 40-pound pack 20 miles in the desert sun.
They have to be able to handle all aspects of spaceflight, including survival after a botched landing.
You'll lose half of them out there.
They only
If
need
they
one.
can't survive the desert, they can't survive the moon.
Also, isn't the goal to just have one anyway?
Your goal is to make it to a checkpoint due east of your location in less than 14 hours.
Less than 14 hours.
And in case I haven't made this clear, this is a
fuck.
must-pass test.
Get away from it! Get away from it! Get away from it! Ah! It's got the diamond head. That means it's bad one, right? Oh, God. Girl, how you gonna drop your water?
Congratulations, cop. Your time is 10 hours, 12 minutes.
10, 12? Oh, I was hoping I'd break 10. I guess being number one I'll have to do.
Didn't say you were number one.
What?
Hey, Cobb.
Catch.
Ooh.
9 hours, 53 minutes. Read it and weep.
Oh. What the fuck is that? Is she imagining that? Oh, did she get hurt? Oh, she fell.
Ellen?
Ellen is her name.
All right, I got you.
Maybe the fact that she helped somebody, even if she goes like over time, will be good because you need people who won't leave people behind, right?
Medics!
She wouldn't call abort, and I wasn't gonna leave her behind. Neither would you, sir.
Right. Being an astronaut is about teamwork, though. Especially since most astronauts are soldiers, right? Being a soldier is all about teamwork.
This is bullshit. Couldn't have done it without you nipping at my heels, Connie. Girls, look at this. There's some letters here. One from Molly from a little girl in Munich. One from me from Tokyo. Spanish.
They're inspiring.
Cheyenne, Santiago.
Dear Miss Waverly, dear Danielle, my favorite subject in school is science.
To Mrs. Tracy Stevens, you have become a big inspiration in my life.
My parents always told me
Eradicate
that anything I wanted when I grew up, but I never really believed them, till now.
One day, I want to travel to outer space like you're going to do.
I can't wait to see what you'll accomplish at NASA.
I
And
love
I look
it.
forward to following you. All the best. Sincerely, best wishes, Jennifer, Carolyn, Allison, Alicia.
I think you should withdraw from the program.
If you want me out, you're gonna have to cut me yourself, sir.
Maybe that's like lit a fire in her and she's gonna work harder than ever, and then he's gonna be proud of her.
Each of you will fly the bedstead up to an altitude of 300 feet, hover for 30 seconds, execute a 360-degree clockwise spin, hover for another 30 seconds, and then land the vehicle on the landing target. No frills,
Okay.
nothing fancy, just up, hover, spin, hover,
Down.
and land. We clear?
Up, hover, spin, hover, land. That better not be Tracy.
Let's go!
It's gonna be somebody else. It's gonna be somebody else.
Tracy! Tracy! Tracy!
Patty. It was Patty.
Oh, yeah. See, I had a feeling it wasn't her. It was Patty? Damn. That was Patty? No, Patty! Poor Patty. Oh, it's over? Fuck, I thought we were gonna keep going. I had a feeling that it was gonna be a red herring and that Tracy was not gonna be the one who crashed. So good for her. That looked like a pretty bad crash though. I'm not sure if we're meant to assume that Patty is no longer with us, in which case that's really sad because she wanted it so hard and she fought for it for so long, and you know, they really showed her as like the front runner in all the things, and maybe she was just too confident. I don't know. So I assume that the women that want to be astronauts are Nixon's women. I'm glad that Tracy has stuck with it, even though we know that like a large portion of her continuing to get put through is because Deke doesn't super have a choice. However, I'm glad that she keeps fighting for it and that she keeps persevering. I think that her fight with Gordo, hopefully that just made her realize that she just needs to work harder, because as loath as I am to agree with Gordo, no, I mean, I don't hate him. It's just, I don't like what he's doing to Tracy with, you know, cheating on her and stuff. But I do agree with him in this situation, because it's like at the first sign of trouble, you're like, I don't think I can do it. I'm going to quit. Do you know what it takes to be an astronaut? Because more than that, okay? Like, I really like Tracy, and I like that she's coming into her own. But that did frustrate me a bit when she's just, like, ready to throw in the towel at the drop of a hat for no reason. It's like, if you don't feel that you've earned it, if you don't feel that you belong with everyone else, and you think that, like, you're a joke, then you have to work twice, 10 times as hard as everybody else to prove that maybe nepotism or, you know, pretty privilege in this case, like, got you in the door. But stay in the door on your own merit, you know, like, work hard to prove that you belong there. And so I'm glad that she seems like she is now willing to be working harder and proving that she deserves to be there. I really liked the desert training moment with her and Ellen, because I think that her being willing to stop and help a teammate because that teammate wasn't willing to call in like they were supposed to and give up, I think it showed Deke the kind of person that she is, and that she's not willing to leave somebody behind. And I do think that Deke would have done the same. And I think that most of the men would have done the same, because, as we know, like I said in the reaction, a lot of them come from a military background, and you don't leave men behind, you know, or women. You just don't leave people behind. I was kind of surprised by Karen's reaction, at least I believe her name is Karen, Ed's wife. Her reaction to women astronauts. The only thing, and I'm like, I don't love to speculate that this is it, but the only thing that I can sort of assume is that, well, two things. Either she buys into the lie of the time that she's living, that, like, women are somehow less capable than men and less able to do things like be astronauts, which would be unfortunate. Or she thinks that her husband might cheat on her because she knows that Gordo has cheated on Tracy, right? So I think that it could stem from that fear as well. And so she's like, I like that my husband works with only men, because then there's sort of like a security blanket in that. And I think that maybe that could be some of where what she's saying is coming from as well. I'm glad that Ed doesn't seem to be beholden to the sexism of the day, and he's like, well, I think, you know, some of these women at least are definitely capable of it. So I like that about Ed. I like Ed in general. He wasn't in this episode a whole lot, but the parts that he was in, like where he was helping Tracy and believing in her and other women's ability to do it in the first place, I really liked. I also really liked what was it? A woman's place is in space signs, and like the women being empowered to reach for the stars, really, like with their dreams. I think a lot of times, even in today's society in 2024, we tell women to limit themselves and to limit their dreams. And I think that I really like that the show is going on a different trajectory, it seems, and we're going to tell women to reach for the stars and that they're fully capable of doing so. It does seem like, to me, maybe it's just me, but wouldn't it make more sense for Nixon and NASA and the space program to not just immediately try to copy everything that Russia / the Soviet Union is doing in regards to the space program, space race, because then it just feels like you are fully one step behind. Like, now I'm not saying that there shouldn't be women astronauts, there definitely should, But doesn't it seem like they should create a unique idea in regards to the moon and then orchestrate that? That way it's not like they're always one step behind playing catch up and it is very obvious that that's what's occurring. You know what I mean? If we have lost Patty, like if she did die in that crash and she didn't eject soon enough, I'm curious what Doyle's reaction will be, because they were definitely like a little tag team, it seemed, in this episode. So yeah, I think that Tracy must have done okay because she was the first person up and she was fine, right? So I don't know if, I don't remember where in the order of them doing that Patty was, so I don't know if like some of the other girls didn't get to do it. Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked this episode. I really like Tracy. I like that she is a woman of the time who wants to be more and is trying to be more than what society initially told her that she should be or was capable of being. I love women empowerment. I enjoy seeing the furthering of women's rights, right? So I think that this was a fun chapter, and I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm excited to see if Tracy makes it all the way through training. I'm excited to see if maybe they will consider having more than one woman astronaut. I'm curious if, I know that whenever I think the first woman astronaut was going into space, I assume it would be the first, that there was like a whole thing with NASA and asking her if she needed like 100 tampons for, I think it was like a week. It might not even been a week. And she wasn't like for sure even on her period, I don't think. So I wonder if they'll do that. I know people say that it wasn't just because men aren't super well versed in women's biology, but also because they didn't know how lack of gravity would affect that. But I think it's probably a mix of both. Anyway, I'm just curious to see where we go next, and I hope that we see more of Tracy training and becoming an astronaut, hopefully. And I hope, like I said, that they expand and don't just choose one woman, because I think that would be cool. I'm also excited to just see where we go from here. We've already traveled basically, not a year, not quite, a little over half a year into the future, because we were on day 200 of their training. So yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens next. I hope that you guys are enjoying watching this as much as I am. If you are and you want to see the next episode right now, you can over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I have to burp. While you are over there, you can also watch my entire full-length reaction to this episode and all the episodes that I've seen so far of For All Mankind, which has only been 3, but depending on when you watch this, maybe it's all. Who knows? I don't know where you are. Maybe you're in 2025. Hopefully it's good there. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go. I hope to see you guys next time for more For All Mankind. Until then, bye guys.